Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of sport, the thrill of victory, and the agony of defeat. This is ABC's Wide World of Sports.
Today on Wide World. Great athletes possess a variety of skills. The basketball player relies on coordination. Agility is essential in the sport of tennis. Balance is a necessary part of soccer. And the race car driver is fueled by his competitive spirit. But the gymnast must employ all these skills. And when an athlete dominates a sport, he becomes a superstar known only by one name. And in gymnastics, that name is Sherba. And he competes today in the men's individual event finals at the World Gymnastics Championships.
Hello everyone, I'm Julie Moran and welcome to Wide World of Sports as we celebrate our 33rd anniversary this weekend. The world and television were a little bit different back in 1961 when this series began with host Jim McKay and coverage of the Penn Relays.
Today's exciting show launches ABC's Wide World of Sports, a new and exciting global concept of sports.
Today, Wide World is the 6th longest running series in the history of television. We've covered more than 120 different sports on our show, including gymnastics, and stars such as Olga Korbut, Nadia Comaneci, Mary Lou Retton, Kim Zmeskal, Shannon Miller, and men such as Kurt Thomas and Bart Conner. Today we'll see perhaps the greatest gymnast of all time, Vitaly Sherba, as he competes in the World Gymnastics Championships. Now let's join John Neighbor and Bart Conner in Brisbane, Australia.
We've traveled halfway around the world, across the Pacific, below the equator, down under to Australia in the city of Brisbane, and we've witnessed gymnastics history. Shannon Miller of Edmond, Oklahoma, in the women's all-around competition.
Round off, cool twisting double back. Great landing.
She became the first American woman to win consecutive world all-around titles. He is the recognized king of gymnastics. Vitaly Sherba came to Brisbane looking for a second consecutive all-around title.
Here's his dismount, pike double. Oh no!
But it was not to be. Ivan Ivankov, Sherba's teammate from Belarus.
Great exercise so far. All he needs is a good dismount. Nice.
Ivan Ivankov, the new men's all-around champion. And for Vitaly Sherba, a disappointing bronze. But now Sherba is back, and he'll be after more titles in the World Gymnastics Championships. Hello, I'm John Neighbor. Today, our coverage of the World Gymnastics Championships comes to a close with the men's individual event finals, where specialists focus on their particular strengths in each of the 6 different apparatus. Not surprisingly, many of the all-around athletes excel here as well. At the 1984 Olympics in Los Angeles, an American won a gold medal in the individual event finals of the parallel bars. That man is Bart Conner, and Bart is with us now. Bart, Vitaly Sherba's defeat in the all-around competition, does that signal a new wave of champions?
Well, certainly this new young boy, 19-year-old Ivan Ivankov, is an exciting new champion. But Vitaly Sherba is not used to winning a bronze medal, so I expect today he plans on walking out of this arena with some gold around his neck. Now, this could potentially be a very exciting day for the U.S. men's program, who have not won a medal in World Championship competition since all the way back to 1979. The U.S. team has 3 finalists, Cheney Humphrey, Mark Sohn, and Paul O'Neill. Now, Mark is a specialist on the Pommel Horse, and Paul is a specialist on the still rings. They have exciting routines. In fact, they have moves named after them. So if any one of them can hit well here, it would be a very big boost and a much-needed boost for the U.S. men's program.
At these event finals, we'll see 6 separate competitions with 6 sets of medals to be won. We'll begin with the floor exercise.
Here are some things to watch for on the floor. The routine is about a minute long, of course, combining powerful tumbling elements, and the gymnast has to cover the floor area, which is 40 feet by 40 feet. Now watch this combination. Many gymnasts will use these front tumbling elements strung together to get bonus points from the judges.
Let's begin the floor exercise with Yannis Milisanidis from Greece. He's 17 years of age, qualified fourth in this event.
You're not going to believe this opening tumbling run. It's the first time done in competition. Laid out double back to a punch front. He's so entertaining. We've watched him all week long in practice, and he's really been a crowd favorite because he does so much powerful rebound-style tumbling. Watch this third tumbling run. It's going to be a whip back here to a full twisting double back. That's great stuff.
Now, unlike the women's competition, music is not a part of men's floor exercise.
Although if anybody could work to music, it's this young man. He has a lot of dance training, very balletic style.
Greece has never won a medal of any color in world gymnastics competition. They're hoping he might win one at the Olympics in Atlanta.
He just might win one today. This routine is so far is right on. Watch this last tumbling run. A full twisting double, and he nails it.
Ioannis Milisanidis.
We'll be back with the
From
scores
Greece.
for Yannis Milisanidis when we continue our coverage of the World Gymnastics Championships. Well, today, Brisbane sport fans have come indoors to enjoy some great gymnastics competition. Milisanidis from Greece earned a 9.687 on his floor X. That becomes the mark to beat.
Our next gymnast,
Vitaly Sherba soon to come onto the floor X, but first we'll go to Great Britain's Neil Thomas. He's a 26-year-old, 5 feet 6 and 132 pounds. At last year's World Championships, he tied Sherba for the silver medal on this event.
Neil Thomas has some explosive tumbling elements in this routine. In fact, one of the moves is named after him. Good start. Watch this combination of front tumbling elements. He'll earn bonus points from the judges for connecting all of those laid out front tumbling elements. Coming up now is the move that's named after Neil. It's a laid out front somersault with 2 twists. Here it goes. Well done. It's a very difficult move to do, and to do it in the third pass of a floor routine when you're getting tired, that's outstanding. He'll need a good landing here. Nice job.
Neil Thomas of Great Britain.
Last year he had to settle for a tie for second with Vitaly Sherba on this event. He hit the routine better this year in the finals than he did even last year. This is the move, laid out front, double twist, and he rolls out of it very smoothly. He was the first to perform that in international competition. That's why it's called the Thomas.
The score for Thomas on floor, 9.687, and that ties Milisanidis from Greece. They share the lead at this point in the competition. Champions often make their work look easy. In a conversation that occurred before the competition, we complimented the sport's most highly decorated athlete, Vitaly Sherba, on how his performance has always had such a playful and easy grace.
You know, for the people, maybe I'm playing, but my soul, I'm fighting.
Now our final competitor on men's floor, number 118 from Belarus, Vitaly Sherba.
Now this is his first opportunity to avenge his bronze medal defeat in the all-around competition. He's qualified in 4 of the 6 event finals.
Vitaly has changed his routine slightly since last year. His opening tumbling move is legendary. Double twisting, double layout somersault. This is the new combination in the second pass. Whip back, 1.5 twist, lay out front full. He made it. This guy is an animal. In the preliminaries, he didn't do a routine that was this difficult. Got a bronze medal in the all-around, was not happy with his performance there. He has come to these finals to win some gold. Last tumbling run, a laid-out double somersault. He'll stick it for sure. The guy's amazing.
Vitaly Sherbo of Belarus.
Sherba is 22 years of age. He hails from the city of Minsk in Belarus, though he spends much of his time living and training in Pennsylvania with his wife and son.
There's only a couple of people in the world who can do this move. It's a laid-out double somersault with 2 twists. Sherba's been doing it for like 3 years. This is a nice combination of Thomas flares up to the handstand. He'll earn bonus points for doing that sequence. Very difficult to take the flares up to the handstand. And of course, a trademark landing for Sherba, the laid-out double somersault. And like radar, he always finds the floor.
Floor apparatus. Gymnasts, please prepare to leave the arena.
We're awaiting the score. Yes, he does it. 9.725. That's the new world champion in the floor exercise. Sherba back to his winning ways here at these world championships. And the official results in the floor, a tie for silver between Melisanides and Thomas. Sherba wins the gold, his 7th in world championship competition.
Our next event in today's finals is the Pommel Horse, considered by most gymnasts the toughest of the 6 events. It's much like the balance beam is to women's gymnastics. It's a very easy event to fall off of. Now watch for combinations today on one individual pommel. It's very difficult to keep the balance while you're swinging around one pommel, and you earn bonus points from the judges.
The rotation gets underway with 18-year-old Marius Urzica representing Romania. He won the Pommel Horse event at last year's Junior European Championships.
Urzica has a very complex routine on the Pommel Horse. Watch this sequence right here. He stays on the single pommel forever. He gets a ton of bonus points from the judges for all of those hand placements before even reaching over to the leather or to the other pommel. Now his body line is a little tight. He's not as extended as some of the other gymnasts we'll see. But he came into the finals here as the top qualifier, tied with the American Mark Sohn and Marinich from the former Soviet Union. He's going to score well because there's a ton of difficulty. It's somewhat of a disadvantage to having to go first in the finals because the judges tend to be a little strict with the scores, expecting to see perhaps better routines later on. It's a strong finish, up to a handstand and a full pirouette off.
And the judges give that routine a 9.712, and that's a great score. Next up, the 21-year-old from France, Eric Poujade.
Poujade has the perfect body to do well on Pommel Horse. Look how long and lanky he is. Gives him great elevation over the horse because he has long arms. Those long legs are really impressive in the flares. He breaks for his scissors, that's a requirement. Now watch this work on one pommel. Unbelievable. He's still on one pommel. Now he could pack a lunch and eat a sandwich on that one pommel. That's going to score a ton.
Eric Poujade from France on Pommel Horse.
Let's take a look once again at the one pommel work. The reason he can do this so successfully is, first of all, he has really long arms. Secondly, he has perfect body line and technique, and he's very strong in the back of his arms on the triceps. Great finish.
And the judges give Pujada 9.700. That puts him in second place behind Orzika. If you're looking for Sherba, he did not qualify in this event. The next time we see Vitaly will be in the vault. But next up on the Pommel Horse is last year's national champion from the People's Republic of China, Huang Huadong.
One way the judges award bonus points to the gymnast is if they travel all the way down the length of the horse, as he does here on the mount. But he's going to stop and spend about an hour on one pommel, reach to the other pommel, go around 3, 4, 5 times, and then down to the end. Oh, nice combination. Up to a handstand and back down to flares. That's the best thing we've seen so far today. So hard to go up to the handstand and come back down into the flares with that kind of rhythm. Here he goes from one end to the other once again. Oh no! He totally blew it. Oh, what a shame. This part of the routine was unbelievable. Up to a handstand pirouette and then smoothly, with perfect form, back down to flares on the end. That was amazing. I can't believe this happened, though. He circles around at the end.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is the easiest part, up to the handstand. There's no excuse for that. He had a medal in his pocket. Oh, that's a shame.
And with that mistake, Huadong drops out of medal contention. His score, 9.650. Next up, a great chance for the United States. Mark Sohn, a 24-year-old who hails from Boca Raton. He qualified first in this event in the preliminaries.
This is a huge moment for Mark Sohn and for U.S. Gymnastics. He has a routine that can win a gold medal. All he has to do is put it together right now. Watch this mount, very unusual. First one ever to do it as a mount. Oh, he had a form break right at the beginning. His leg split on that opening move. The routine is packed with difficulty and several moves that are original to Mark Sohn. This break into scissors, unique. Now watch this work after he does the scissors. This is called a Sohn. All the way to the other end. He's in trouble, bending his legs a little bit and having to struggle. Oh, it's going to be interesting to see what the judges do with this. It wasn't the best routine of his life. Mark has hit so many great routines under pressure, but you can see it in his face. This wasn't his best effort, and it's a shame because he's put his life on hold for the last couple of years just for a shot at one of these medals.
Certainly the disappointment of an opportunity lost. He performed at the end of the rotation, could have gotten great scores, but the mark he receives a 9.625, good only for 6th place. Orzika wins gold. We'll be back with another chance for an American medal. Paul O'Neill on the still rings.
ABC's Wide World of Sports continues with more of the World Gymnastics Championships.
Well, how you going from down under? Now, we know you've got the magnificent Grand Canyon. Crikey, what an eyeful. Well, cop this little beauty. About 1,600 miles west of Brisbane, we've got Ayers Rock, the world's largest, 300 feet high and a 7-mile trek around its base. Now, I think you'll have to agree that's one big rock.
So from the center of the continent, we return to the eastern seaboard, Brisbane, for more of the World Gymnastics Championships men's event finals. Our next event is the still rings.
Rings is an event that's synonymous with men's gymnastics because of the swing elements and the muscle beach-like strength moves. Now here's what the judges are looking for in the strength positions. It's important that the shoulders are lowered way down into the rings and the arms are completely to the side. The gymnast earns bonus points if they swing to a move and freeze it in a strength position.
First athlete that's going to be hoisted up to the rings is a 20-year-old from Romania, Dan Barinca. He placed 5th in this event at the last World Championships.
Keep in mind what the judges are looking for. They're looking for swing elements to handstand, strength elements to handstand, and a spectacular dismount. The current trend on the rings is to do combinations like this from one strength move to the next. Oh, look at that, freezing at an inverted iron cross and a back uprise to a Maltese. Beautiful tight handstand position. Oh, nice. It's unlucky that he has to go first, but we saw it on Pommel Horse. Berzika went first and he ended up winning the gold. So it is possible. That is going to be tough to beat. There are some great guys in this session, including Yuri Keki, the current world champion. But you cannot do better than that. Let's just take a look at just how much strength it takes to do the still rings well. He's going to do a giant backward from the handstand here, and watch how he freezes his L cross and his arms are directly to the side. Nice technique. The dismount is a laid out double somersault with a full twist, a little short, and has to check the landing.
The judges give Barinka a 9.7. That's a great score early in the final. More still to come. Next up on the still rings is a chance for a medal for the United States from Paul O'Neill, a 28-year-old who lives with his wife Christy and their 3 children in North Dakota. Bart Connors spent some time with him earlier.
Hey, Paul, how you doing?
Good, Bart. How you doing?
Man, this is a long way from Mandan, North Dakota. Your kids are going to be watching this on TV. What do you think they're going to be thinking?
I hope they're thinking how good I look.
How do you balance that? You know, you're coaching, you got kids, you got a family, and you're still trying to follow this dream of winning a medal at the World Championship.
Well, you know, it's not that hard for me, because one event's, I can take an hour out of my life 3 days a week and still do enough to be competitive.
What's your dog's name?
Astro, from the
Astro?
Jetsons. My other brother, he died of cancer my senior year in high school in 1983.
How traumatic is that?
Yeah, for me it was pretty traumatic. At the time I was living with him, and he was like the inspiration of me doing gymnastics at the time, because I was kind of on the verge of giving it up.
Yeah.
And after my senior year in high school, he passed away, and that's really what kept me going.
Right.
One person believing.
These are hard for guys. How come they're not hard for you?
You know, the secret, I think, is skinny legs.
Skinny legs. You do have pretty skinny legs.
Oh, yeah.
And this massive upper body.
Yeah.
That helps too, no?
I think it helps. Just a little bit.
2 members of the family did make the trip. There's son Gino waving the flags and wife Christy holding the camera. Paul is now ready for the rings.
Paul's 4th place finish in the 92 World Championships was the competition, the first time they ever allowed specialists into the World Championship. So he's been a finalist before. This is a big moment for the U.S. team, especially after the problems with Mark Sohn and the Pommel Horse not getting a medal as we expected. Watch this strength sequence. And press up to a planche from a Maltese. Now here comes a move that's called the O'Neill. No one else does it. Double layout within the rings, and he freezes it right around to an L cross. He's taking his time. A little better control than in the qualifying round. Nice handstand. Double layout. Oh, did he nail it? We talked to him the other day after the preliminaries, and all he could talk about was nailing the landing on that dismount. Well, there's no question that that was maybe the most important landing of his life. There is the O'Neill, the double layout within the rings.
Li of China.
Good layout double back, and he plants it.
And a very happy reaction as O'Neill receives the mark from the judges, a 9.725, and that puts him into the lead for the gold medal chase here in the still rings. Our final competitor on the rings, representing Italy, is 24-year-old Yuri Keki. He is the defending world champion on the rings and is the last athlete who has the chance to knock O'Neill out of the gold medal position.
Yuri is so strong. A couple of years ago, before the Barcelona Olympics, he tore his Achilles tendon And because of that, he spent so much time working the upper body events because he couldn't tumble, that he got this massive strength in his upper body to allow him to do the strength moves he does in this routine. Watch this mount sequence. It's unusual. Boom. Right to a planche. Press up to an inverted iron cross. He's been here before. He knows how to nail it in the finals. Incredible strength combinations, and he's not done yet. He really has the cleanest body positions in the competition. Nice line. Just a little swing in the handstand. He's over a little. That could be the difference. Okay, it's going to be close. He stuck the landing, but he was just slightly over in that handstand, and he knows it. Yuri Keki is so unbelievably strong. Watch this sequence as he does a back up rise right to a Maltese. Look at the strain in the shoulders and the elbows. Now what I love about his style is watch how he sells this cross. His head's down, and then right at the end he lifts his head and says, hey, check this out. He has so much experience in world competition, he knows how to hold the position in the air and just dart the landing into the floor.
Keki awaiting the judge's mark. O'Neill is our leader. The score to beat, 9.725. Keki's done it. Keki defends his world championship on the rings as O'Neill drops to second place. But that silver medal is America's first medal in Worlds since 1979 when Bart Conner and Kurt Thomas did it.
Paul, no medal for the American men in 15 years in World Championships. You said coming in you were going to change all that.
Well, I had to talk with you. I think that helps. Because you and Kurt were the last two to medal, right, in 79, so, you know, you just do your best, and I went and I think I did my best, so I'm happy. I'm pretty psyched.
Now, you watched Yuri Keki do his routine.
Yeah.
Did you think that you deserved the gold, or he did?
He's a great ringman, you know. He's the world champion, and it's up to the judges. But, we do your best, and I did my best, and I'm happy. I mean, it could have been worse, so I'm happy.
It was a great performance. Your wife and one of your sons are here.
Yeah.
A couple of kids back home. You're the only gymnast in this competition with a wife and 3 kids. What do you have to say to your kids back home?
Oh, I love you and I miss you, and I did my best. Got to get a big hug and kiss from all of them when they get back.
Our next event in the competition will be the vault. All vaults are rated by difficulty value. The body position in the air must be precise, and as always, you must try to stick the landing. The only way for a gymnast to get bonus points from the judges is to land especially far from the horse. Watch the third piece of tape from the horse. If he lands past that, there's no deduction.
Moments ago, the defending champion Sherba completed his first of 2 vaults.
And this is the Yurchenko with a double twist. Look at the height and the position in the air. Great landing.
Now Sherba's getting ready for his second attempt. The 2 scores will be averaged to determine his event score.
This vault is spectacular. He was the first to do it in world competition. It's named after him. Good power. There it is, the Sherba. And he nailed it. Outstanding landing. Let's take a look at how complex this vault is. He's going to do a round off before the board, a full turn onto the horse, and then another somersault with a full twist off. So hard to land, taking all that momentum and all that speed and just drilling it into the floor.
So Sherba's 2 vault average, a 9.674. He takes the lead. Next up, a 20-year-old Li Shaoshuang from China. He's done a 9.7 on his first vault. Here's his second attempt.
It's the Olympic champion from Barcelona on the floor. A lot of the same types of tumbling skills apply to the vault. Just a little short on a very unusual vault. It's a handspring with a full twist and then a front flip. There's a lot going on in this vault. Watch what happens. He pushes off the horse and then does a full turn and then pulls the front somersault over. He opened up a little early, and that'll be a deduction for being shorter rotation.
Lee's average on the 2 vaults is a 9.618. Not enough to take the lead from Sherba. He's currently in 2nd place. Next up is Ivan Ivankov, the newly crowned world all-around champion. The 19-year-old Belarusian is a teammate of Vitaly Sherba. This is his first vault.
A lot of gymnasts having trouble with the landings here. Let's see if Ivankov can get a solid landing. Not bad. This is a similar vault that we saw from Vitaly Sherba in his first vault. It's a round off here on the floor up to the board, and then back handspring onto the horse, and a very clean layout with a double twist off of the horse. Now he landed a little close in. You'll notice here he lands between the 2nd and the 3rd piece of tape on the mat, and because of that he'll lose 1/10 of a point deduction for being too close to the horse. The vault is rated at a 9.8, so with that deduction the maximum he could score is a 9.7.
Ivankov's mark for the first vault, a 9.525. He'll have to improve upon that to catch Sherba's average. Here comes the 2nd attempt.
Nice try once again. It's a similar style of vault, but with 1.5 twists instead of 2 twists. The great thing about Ivankov is he has such excellent technique, but where he differs from Sherba is he doesn't have the experience in competition to know how to nail the landings like the champ.
So Ivankov earns a 9.481 average in the 2 vaults. That's not enough to go past his teammate. So the results in the men's vault finals: Vitaly Sherba wins his 2nd gold medal of these event finals. His teammate finishes in 4th place. When we return, Vitaly Sherba has 2 more opportunities to win gold. Welcome back to Brisbane, Australia, site of this year's World Gymnastics Championships. Next up, the parallel bars, the event Bart Connor won gold in 1984.
The parallel bars is primarily a swinging event with moves above and below the bar. Many of the movements go through the handstand positions. Now, the latest trend on the parallel bars is to do a double somersault, which is normally a dismount, but to do it in between the rails and catch on the upper arms and continue swinging through the routine. That'll earn you bonus points, but it's tough on the old biceps.
Our first competitor is Vitaly Sherba, who's already won 2 gold medals in these finals. He is the defending world champion on this event as well as the Olympic champion.
Vitaly Sherba is such an interesting personality. He reminds me of the kind of kid at school that got straight A's but spent a lot of time in the principal's office. He's going to show us some new work on the parallel bars. The event has changed dramatically over the last several years. Watch the underbar work. It's a giant full, half turn, and then he works his way back into the middle. Now watch this sequence here. Front 1 3/4. Boy, that was smooth. This is the event that he blew in the all-around competition. Oh, he's on now. That's the Sherba we've been waiting to see all week long. Yeah. Watch this move. It's a front 1 3/4, perfect form. Back upright straddle cut, and he moves very smoothly out of it. That's a tough thing to do. The back toss freezes it right in the handstand. He was a little short, but he had good job controlling it. That's the kind of landings we expect out of Sherba. We didn't get that in the all-around finals.
You can see the painful toll the parallel bars takes on the athletes. Sherba's score, 9.525. He leads at this point in the competition. Next up, from the Ukraine, Rustam Sharapov, a 22-year-old who placed 4th in this event at the last World Championships.
It's always great to see Rustam Sharapov in competitions. He's such a nice, outgoing young man, does really unusual work. Watch this mount on the end. a V and a press to a handstand way out on the end of the rails. It's unusual. Beautiful combinations. Oh, nice work. The judges are going to love that. All of that front swinging work gets bonus points from the judges. It's a great routine. There's the front swinging elements, a front toss. That move's called a Healy twirl. Another front toss. Another Healy twirl. And then the 1 3/4 front. 5 moves in a row. He gets a bucket of bonus points from the judges.
And the score says 9.612 for Sharapov. That catapults him ahead of Sherba, knocking Vitali out of the gold medal spot in this event. Next up on the P-bars is Huang Li-ping from China. He's 21 years of age.
You'll notice the pads on Huang Li-ping's biceps. He'll be showing us some of those double flipping moves where he catches the bar on his upper arms. It's a nice mount on the side. Pike double back. That was the best one we've seen so far today. Here's another combination. This routine is beautiful, and a tuck double back somersault. Very smooth. Look at his body line. Straight, clean positions. Wow. That's the best routine we've seen of the day. In addition to doing just incredible level of difficulty, he had such beautiful form, body line, technique, clean positions. And watch the position in the pike double back somersault, very tight pike, and he rocks the landing. That's great.
Huang Li-ping earns a 9.775, the best mark on this apparatus, and he wins a world title. So the official results in the men's parallel bars, the gold medal goes to Huang Li-ping from China, followed by Sharapov and Nemov. Vitaly Sherba finishes in 6th place, but he's already over at the final apparatus, the men's high bar, where he will try for his 3rd gold medal.
Just a wander down the south coast from Brisbane, the surfer's paradise, the playground of Australia, the city that never shuts down. It's all surf, sun, sand, and, settle down, topless beaches of the norm throughout Australia.
ABC's Wide World of Sports continues with more of the World Gymnastics Championships.
We're ready now for the glamour event of men's gymnastics, the high bar. Watch for giant swing movements, circus-like release moves, and high-flying acrobatic dismounts. Now something else to watch for, the top gymnast will string together several release moves in a row. The timing is really critical so that each release sets up the next one. And because of that, they can earn bonus points from the judges.
First up is America's Cheney Humphrey. He's a 23-year-old student at UCLA, hoping for a career in medicine. He takes his academics seriously.
Well, I've made a commitment for academics. I'd like to go on to med school, and that's been a big priority for me. But also, I feel like I could be one of the best gymnasts in the world, and I hope to prove that tonight. But in gymnastics, so I've got a little bit of this here and a little bit of that there, and so far I've been able to juggle it pretty well.
You get a good look at Cheney Humphrey. He's 5'7" and 150 pounds. He looks huge. He looks about 6'5" and about 230 pounds. He should be known as the Lawrence Taylor of men's gymnastics. The guy is so strong, and he has a series of release moves here that's going to blow you away. We've seen it before. Anything can happen in the finals of the high bar. We saw it in Barcelona when Trent Demas hit the routine of his life and won the gold medal. Cheney's a long shot for a medal, but you never know. Here come the releases. There's 1 and 2 3, and the 4th. Boy, did he nail those. He's really improved his body line and his form. He's got a monster dismount. 1 step. Good job for Cheney Humphrey. It's a little unlucky that he had to be the first one to go, but he hit a great routine. This is the sequence of release moves. It's real unusual to see 4 in a row. So high above the bar, he catches exactly where he wants to catch with his arms locked out, and then sets up the release move, the 4th one in a row. Boy, that's really great stuff. A lot happening in this dismount. It's 2 flips and 2 twists in the laid out position. Just slightly short of rotation, it caused him to have to take that step.
Humphrey earns a mark of 9.487, a good score for being first in the order. Next on the high bar, quite possibly the greatest male gymnast the sport has ever seen. And it's no exaggeration to say that Vitaly Sherba is to gymnastics what these athletes are to their sports. Remember, Sherba is only 22 and his career is far from over.
Sherba is one of the few gymnasts in the world that goes for 5 release moves in a row. He didn't make it in the all-around competition here or the qualifying round. Let's see if he can make it today. Here comes the sequence right here. The first move is a full twist to a 1-arm giant and a release. He does the same sequence again. Here's the 4th. Let's see if he goes for the 5th, and he does. We saw 4 releases from Cheney Humphrey. There's 5 from Sherba. He lands better than anybody else in the world. Boom. He's so focused and so clean. This is that sequence, full over, release, another full over to 1 arm, release, and then immediately to the 5th release move. Perfect form, perfect rhythm. That guy's amazing. He lands like an arrow going into a target. Watch, he looks for the floor and just pierces the mat.
Sherba gets a 9.687. That takes the lead at this point in the contest. Will that score stand up for his 3rd gold medal? We'll find out in just a moment. Vitaly Sherba, our current leader in the final event, the men's high bar. Trying to knock him out of the top spot is 23-year-old from Hungary, Zoltán Shupola. He's one of the world's best in this event.
High bar finals is always the greatest competition because you have these gymnasts going for the biggest and the wildest moves because the competition is so close. You got to go for the big stuff. Beautiful sequence, high, clean. Watch this move, 1-arm giant, pirouette, another 1-arm to another release move. Shupola is really cooking in this exercise. There's a lot of different kinds of moves. Releases, 1-arm giant swings, all the requirements. Once again, seems that all that matters is the landing. Triple. Oh! The judges are going to love that routine. He catches these release moves way out at the end of his fingertips. It allows him to get a big swing for that 3rd release move. Very high and clean. I love this combination. Watch, he jams through, full turn to a 1-arm giant, and a pirouette keeps going around on 1 arm. That is great stuff. Right to a release move that is way up there. Goes completely out of frame. The dismount is a triple. It's so hard to get a good landing on this, but man, look how high he is.
So now Schupala has to await the judges' score. He's never won a medal of any color in any world or Olympic competition. The score he has to beat to take the lead belongs to Sherba, 9.687. It's not enough. It's not enough. He doesn't go by Sherba, so Sherba wins the men's high bar competition, his third gold medal at these championships. American Cheney Humphrey finishes just out of the medals in fourth place. Schupala does get his first medal at World Championship competition. Bart's with the winner.
You got a bronze medal in the all-around. You were clearly disappointed. You came to the finals with a different mental approach, perhaps.
No, I was not disappointed. I was upset. And after all-around competition, I said to myself that, no, just for you competition, just beginning. You know, it's not finished yet. You have 2 days more and you have 4 finals and you have to get it. You have to get a couple gold medals, you know. Of course, I didn't expect that I could win 3 gold, yeah, but I expected 2.
So as the 1994 World Gymnastics Championships draw to a close, we find ourselves 2 years away from the Summer Olympics in Atlanta. The U.S. gymnastics program must now move forward, gearing up for 1996.
For world champion Shannon Miller, 1996 is a long way away. She has already experienced a typical 2-year peak of a woman gymnast. However, the prospect of a home Olympics may entice her to extend her career. For the U.S. team to be a contender, it will need Shannon Miller plus a much deeper lineup of talented youngsters. Paul O'Neill's silver today is the first individual world medal for the U.S. men in 15 years. The current team has a lot of raw talent. However, for moments like these to occur in Atlanta in the team and all-around competition, the U.S. needs better leadership as well as a more focused training program.
But today, as Bart Connor and I say so long from Australia, we salute Vitaly Sherba of Belarus, winner of 3 gold medals.